Hey y'all, it's Holly. So I have finished the Connery Bond movies, and I felt like, ranking them. So there's seven of them, and this was tough. The bottom two were easy. The top two are kind of interchangeable, but the middle three were a little tough, and this is probably gonna piss off a few people for sure. Anyway, starting with number seven, the boring one. Thunderball. Um, it really depends on my mood because I could easily put diamonds at the bottom. Uh, and for those wondering, yes, the unofficial one is higher than two Bond movies, like official ones. That's how I feel about these. I put Thunderball at the bottom because it was a slog. At least Diamonds was wacky enough that like it kept my attention. It was just baffling. Um, yeah, I think for seven, I'm putting Thunderball because Thunderball was just that boring. There was just not much there to keep me invested, and it felt like too small stakes, like the locale and stuff, and the pacing made it feel much smaller than the stakes it should have been. Um, so for number seven, Thunderball. Number six, Diamonds Are Forever. Diamonds Forever is a weird one in that it feels very like Roger Moore, which you would think I would love because I do like Roger Moore a lot. But it doesn't work because it's just a little too bonkers. Especially the moon scene or like the fake moon landing stuff and him running away. There are some really good bits with it. Like I do love the inclusion of Mr. Kit and Mr. Not Mr. Finn. That's the I'm sorry. I don't. Where are you? Damn it. Mr. Kidd and Mr. Wint. I do the inclusion of them and how they handle them being gay. There's one bit where Pond has a really good like scene with a rat, like a mouse, which is very interesting. It was kind of amusing. Um, but it's just too ridiculous for anything. Like there are some good bits, but it's just very odd. It's a huge tonal shift from uh, uh, You Only Live Twice, and even more so if you consider that this came after On Your Majesty's Secret Service. I think they overcorrected with the silliness. Number five and number four is where I'm probably going to lose some people. So it once again this really depends on my mood. And could just be my viewing experience for this one. But I may put Goldfinger at five. And you know what that means, unfortunately, though. Um, yeah, I know it feels sacrilegious to put Goldfinger at five for Connery, considering how iconic it is, but maybe it's just the version I watched, but it just felt like all the action scenes were sped up, and the editing was a little wonky. Um, and I think what really does drag it for me is the treatment of Pussy Galore in it, and how he just forces himself on her, and she just cool. I don't like men, but cool. Like that bugs me. And it's the same thing with the book. It's not as bad in the book because like there's actually more dialogue and more scenes, but it's still there. But like this one, like just he just throws her on the hay in a barn. There you have it. Yeah, that rubs me the wrong way. And like I feel like if it wasn't for Oddjob, if it wasn't through the two villains, if it wasn't for the portrayal of Goldfinger and Oddjob himself in it, I don't think it would rank as high. Because when you think about it, the three most like well-known things of Goldfinger, maybe like well, you got the song, fair enough. The girl covered in gold, okay, set piece. Odd Job himself. More so because he got popular. He was already popular, but he became more popular due to the GoldenEye game. Um, and then I would not even really say Goldfinger himself for the most part, but the laser scene. But like, I don't know if that's enough for me to push it too much higher. Um, Once again, like it really depends. Maybe I'll rewatch it. Like I watched it streaming originally, and so maybe that version's just naff. Who knows? Maybe the Blu-ray's better. I'll get around to it maybe again. We'll see. I probably will. But yeah, it just didn't grab me as much. Which unfortunately means that the unofficial Bond movie, Never Say Never Again, is number 4 for me. That could be recency bias, but it also could be that it's the most entertaining version of Thunderball, and it feels more like, let's say, it feels like if Pierce Brosnan made a movie, made was a Bond in the 80s. That's kind of how it feels like. Um, it's wacky, but like in the fun way. Like it takes the wackiness of early more and just puts it in the 80s. I think for some reason I just like it better. Like, yeah, there's still some bad parts for sure. And it's still a little draggy at times. It still doesn't make much sense. But I don't know. It's hard to say. It's odd. It's a very odd thing. And technically, it shouldn't even be included because it's not included in any of the collections, but it's still Connery as Bond, so I had to include it somewhere. And it may be cheating, and for those who want to argue that it shouldn't be in the list, fair enough. Just replace it, and everything moves up a bump. If that bothers you, but I think I just had a blast watching it. Um, which means my top 3. At number 3, and this one was a bit harder too. So I didn't really know where to put it either, was Dr. No. It's a solid movie. It's a solid Bond movie. Like it sets the standard because it's the first one. Um, it is one of those ones where like I had just finished the book and just got into that. So I was able to notice a lot of differences. But it still somehow works. Like it, I don't know. They grabbed onto something almost immediately. Um, and I will get to this later, but it is a weird thing of like what comes next within the series. Like it feels like it would place better somewhere like after maybe from Russia, like right next to Goldfinger, um, because there's a little like mood shift and like style shift. Um, Yeah, Doctor Who is a classic, though. That's the thing. It's one of those ones that kind of stands on its own. You can just watch it and be fine. Um, but get into my last 2, the top 2. This is tough. This one was tough for me because it all these are based on my mood, but this one's very much based on my mood. Um, and I had to determine which one was better made. Like which one's the better film? Like you can just watch, and it's just a really well done movie. Both of them are really well done, but like that stands apart. That you don't need to watch Bond, you don't need to know anything. You just watch it, and it's a solid movie. So with that in mind, despite how much I love it, uh, You Only Live Twice is number 2. You Only Live Twice is number 2 because like I love it, and it's like if I had to say like this is Connery Bond, like if I had to pick any movie that's Connery Bond, it's this one. Like this one's like has all hits all the elements: the volcano layer, perfect Blofeld, the fight at the end, the locales, all of that, like perfect Bond. Of course, the things that drag it down is the racism and the yellow face. Um, that's unfortunately the case. But it hits all the notes, and like that goes back to like I feel like it would have made more tonal sense if it was right after Doctor No, instead of a gap. Not right after Doctor No. I'm sorry, right after Goldfinger, because it's a similar situation with Thunderball. Like so, Thunderball, and I feel like It's gonna sound bad, but I feel like Thunderbolt and From Russia are the outliers in that they are totally different, paced different than all the others. If you took those two out and had one of them as a separate movie, the other one, I guess, more like the 80s version, they would all have the same kind of high energy, like what you think Bond spy movies are. Um, but that does leave number one. Number one is From Russia with Love. Um, it's a solid, solid movie. Like, you could argue that the whole Romani gypsy camp scenes were not needed. Fair enough. But the tension, like the almost Hitchcockian tension, especially on the train, is excellent. That just raises it up like automatically. Like watching like this is an amazing movie. Um, that's what I mean. Is that it's totally different. It's dark. It's serious. There is comedy like in the Romani scene, but even then, it's not say Romani because they say they're gypsies, so I'm going to assume that they meant Romani. Um, Yeah, no, but except for that bit, the rest of it just it hits. That's what I mean. It's like it feels way more of a serious spy movie than any of the others. It may be closer in line with On Your Majesty's, but I haven't seen that one in a long time, and that's coming up next. So who knows? But it just feels leagues above. Like I don't want to say it feels like a John Le Carre movie, but it really does. Like it feels like I could easily just be like, oh yeah, I'll watch that with Tinker Tailor. Uh, it has that seriousness, or like Strangers on a Train, or Notorious, or whatever, or North by Northwest. Like it feels like a Hitchcock movie. And I think that's the thing that makes it stand out. Is if I had to say like the top two is the duality of Bond, and those are the top two for Connery. Is the like more serious, like grounded spy, like bare bones spy movie that is From Russia, and then the more fun, more gadgety uh, uh, Bond one that most people are aware of, being You Only Live Twice. Uh, I think the issue with any of these Connery movies is that people, at least the layman's, Bond fans know the difference, but layman's, they'll be like, okay, so which one has what? Because Austin Powers and parodies have like combined a bunch of them. So like people assume like set pieces from Goldfinger are the same within uh, 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 um, Never You Only Live Twice or mixed with Doctor No, like bits because like you see like the sharks taking the place of the piranhas from well the sharks from Thunderball. Like if you see the parodies, the sharks from Thunderball are pretty much used in replacement of the piranhas that serve their similar function in You Only Live Twice. And then like they'll just combine the laser scene, the volcano layer, like they combine all of those big set pieces into like one giant reference. There's a lot of people get those confused. I find, or at least the layman's do. Um, I mean, I did beforehand too. So, but yeah. So I feel like it's gonna bug some people for sure. But um, I do really wonder what my rankings for more is going to be because that's going to be wild. Oh, spoilers: the best Lazenby movie is On Her Majesty's. What a shocker! Um, yeah. Anyway, though, so just number seven, Thunderball. Number six, Diamonds. Number five, Goldfinger. Number four, Never Say Never Again. Number three, Doctor No. Number two, You Only Live Twice. And number one, From Russia with Love. Now, remember, if you prefer not to include Never Say Never Again, then you got six Thunderball, five Diamonds, four Goldfinger, sorry, Goldfinger, three No, two Twice, one Russia. Either which way, I will be watching On Her Majesty soon. So look forward to that. Oh, by the way, I don't know which version, how to rank the two other versions of Casino Royale. I don't know. Those are their own crazy things altogether. Needless to say, they're on the bottom of the adaptations, but whatever. Anyway, if you like my stuff, if you want to see more, please consider liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. Leave a little comment to see if your list is different. It probably will be. That is the fun with these things, that your list will most likely be different than mine. Um, but other than that, until next time.